In this question, the principle provides that every agreement by which anyone is restrained from exercising a lawful trade, business, or profession of any kind is to that extent void. The facts in the present question are: Monish invented a new method for discharging the sludge from the batteries. The method was completely environment friendly. He practiced this method for 3 years and created goodwill in the market for the method. Geeta, who owned a company which dealt in a similar field as Monish, approached Monish for selling the goodwill to them for rupees 1 crore. The agreement between the parties stated that Monish would not practice the same trade for 10 years and he would not do any business that will compete with the business carried on by the Geeta. After 6 months, Monish challenged the agreement, stating that it restricted his right to carry business. Right. So, in this question, out of all the correct options, the correct answer is B. That is, the agreement is partially valid as it put reasonable restriction on Monish to not practice the same trade as Geeta for 10 years, but the second part is invalid because it created an unreasonable restriction on trade. Right. Now we need to come back to the principle. The principle clearly says that every agreement by which one is restrained from exercising lawful trade, business, or profession of any kind is to that extent void. Right. Now, an agreement can put reasonable restriction on a person from practicing a particular trade or for a reasonable duration of time. However, an agreement cannot prohibit a person from carrying on trade in totally. Thus, clause 1 of the agreement is completely valid. Now, we get to know that we have two clauses over here, right? This is the first clause, that is Monish would not practice the same trade for 10 years. And the second clause, now this first clause is completely valid. And the second clause, which states that he would not do any business that will compete with the business carried on by Geeta, is completely invalid, making B the correct answer.